Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Couldn't be better.
I can tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Written all over your face.
What does it say?
It says you're happier than I've seen you in months. I assume that's because your husband finished his bar exams?
You assume right.
Great. That's great. Do you mind if I join you?
I wish you would.
Thank you. Well, that must be quite a weight off his shoulders, having those exams over.
Yeah, it's good for both of us. It's sort of funny. I feel like there's been a weight lifted off me, too. I guess it's because I followed your advice and I admitted to Mr. Smith that I called the FBI.
Yeah. That was the smartest thing you could have done. Probably the only thing. Laura, I'm sorry I had to lay such a scare trip on you about all that.
I still can't believe that they had my phone tapped.
Oh, they don't mess around. Once you know anything about them, they do whatever's necessary to protect their interests.
You put the tape back of my phone call, didn't you?
Yeah. I did it this morning when I picked Jennifer up for a tennis date.
I thought so. You seem much more relaxed today than you were yesterday.
Yes, I am. Look, the tape is back. And that's great. But I don't want you to think that everything's over now. You still have to work very hard to convince them that you're totally loyal.
Luke, please. No more talk about the organization, okay?
Laura, look, I just want you to know what's going on.
All that's going on is that it is a beautiful sunny day.
Oh, Laura, come on.
Look, don't spoil it for me, okay? Now, maybe there are some things out there that I don't see, but it's because I don't want to see them. Look, I am tired of living in fear, and I'm just not going to do it anymore. And Mr. Smith may be cold and calculating, but even after the dumb stunt I pulled, he's still willing to give Scotty and me a second honeymoon in Las Vegas, and it's going to be a great trip.
Well, I hope so.
Well, I know so. Everything's looking up, Luke. Don't you see that? I mean, for everybody, not just for Scotty and me. I mean, maybe my parents aren't getting back together again, but at least they're adjusting to the separation. And Alan and Monica's little boy should be well enough to go home from the hospital soon. And you're going to open that fabulous new disco in Las Vegas. And look, you and I can sit and talk again as friends.
All right. I won't do anything to ruin it for you. I'll try not to. I do like to see you happy.
Well, I'm okay, Luke. I really am. I know that my husband loves me, and I love him more than anything else in the whole world. And I'm not going to let anything ever spoil that again. Do you understand, Luke?
I think so. Lucky. Scotty's very lucky.
All right. Enough with the smart remarks. I want to talk about what kind of fooling around you did with the hospital files.
Whatever are you talking about?
Don't play innocent with me, Alan. You know whatever I'm talking about. I'm talking about your son's files and your files and Monica's files and Rick Weber's files. I looked at them all. I compared the blood types, and guess what? Miracle of miracles. They don't prove a thing.
You went to the hospital files to check on our blood types?
Do you deny that you modified those hospital files just a little bit?
Categorically.
Well, I really do underestimate you.
And I underestimate you, Tracy, because I'll tell you, if I could prove that you did what you actually just said just now, I'd make sure that you got fired.
Okay, fine, try it.
No, it isn't worth the trouble. You know, I always thought that you would be a much better loser than this.
I haven't lost yet.
Face it, Tracy, you must really take me for some kind of a fool. Do you really think that if Monica was capable of the deceit that you have been claiming that she is, that I wouldn't have divorced her months ago? I mean, come on, Tracy, you must think more of me than that. Anyway, all that aside, I don't hold any grudges.
I'm touched.
And I really hope you're going to come to the christening. It's going to be quite an affair.
I'm sure.
That's the day my son will officially become Alan Quartermain, Jr. What a marvelous thought.
Gee, I wouldn't want to miss out on that.
Good. Which florist do you think I ought to use?
Well, I guess there's nothing much more to say. Waiter. Here, can I get you something else?
Just check, please. Thank you.
Okay.
I have something more to say. I would like a little compassion, a little understanding.
Sorry, I'm fresh out of that, man.
Don't be glib. Where do you think you can just have the corner in the market of being bitter? What about me, Rick?
I think you gave up that right.
When? When did I give it up? When I went back to Alan? After we had planned a whole future together?
When you didn't come to me and tell me the truth about the baby.
Rick, you had gone back to Lesley. You were living with Lesley.
You should have told me the truth, Monica.
And you should have told me the truth the night we made love. You should have told me that you were going to have your future with Lesley, not me.
How can you say that?
Because it's the truth.
It wasn't true then. How many times did I beg you to tell me the truth about the baby?
I guess I really have known all along that Alan would never, ever, he'd never give us our son. I love you, Rick. I will always love you in a way I will never love any other man. But like Lee said, we have to face facts, don't we? And I have to face Alan. I have to face Alan every single day with the fear and with the guilt. Every time I look at him.
Sorry.
Don't pity me, Rick. And please don't resent me.
Well, at least I'll be my son's godfather.
How are we gonna get through that?
I don't know. Well, we will.
I'd like you to get in touch with my housekeeper, Mrs. Fields, and set up the whole thing. Just 2 days, I'll be fine. Thank you. Flowers here. And Rick and Monica here. This is where the roof is going to cave in. Right here. Come in.
Hi, Dr. Quartermain. I almost thought you weren't here. You know, I knocked twice.
I'm sorry, Emma. I was concentrating on something rather important.
About Tracy, I'll bet.
She told me what happened.
Dr. Quartermain, you should have seen the look on her face when she saw those blood type cards. She almost went through the roof.
I saw it later, and that was enough. Thank you again, Amy. I honestly don't know how I'm ever going to be able to repay you for all this.
Oh, don't be silly. I was thrilled to do that to Tracy. Well, you look busy, so I'll be going.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Oh, Dr. Quartermain, I did one more thing. I did something that I knew you would want me to do. I filled out a new card with the baby's real blood type, you know, just in case he ever needs another transfusion. So it says B, not O. I knew you'd want me to do that.
Hello, darling. Got time for some coffee?
Oh, we can't. Jesse's on a break. Sorry.
Come on, Bobby. We gotta celebrate.
You got the stolen tape back in Mr. Smith's desk.
You're psychic.
Good work.
So you can quit worrying your pretty little head. It's all cool.
At least for the moment.
Now, come on. Don't bring me down. I just had a lecture from Laura about trying to look on the bright side of things.
Where did you see Laura?
At the student union. I gave her the good news.
You still don't think there's a future for Laura, do you? You think she's still in danger?
I'd like not to believe that, but I can't.
Does she suspect anything?
No, she thinks everything's beautiful. She's tired of living in fear. She wants happiness. She's got it for now.
What do you got?
I got the job of keeping her alive so she can enjoy it.
Some job.
The best there is. You're depressing me. I'll see you later. Hello.
Hello, you two. Is it still a beautiful day outside?
I hadn't really noticed.
Any messages?
Yeah, tons for both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, and your husband's been looking for you, Dr. Quartermain.
Is he in Lesley's office?
Yes, and your wife's been looking for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be just an absolutely wonderful room for the baby.
I was hoping to show it to you the day of the christening.
I'm glad you understand why I can't be there.
I do, but you see, as long as you turned us down as godmother, I was really hoping you were going to make it to the party.
I just felt I really had to get away, Alan. I think it's time for me to figure out where I'm going with the rest of my life.
You have a good trip.
I will.
You deserve happiness, Lesley. And if I've never told you before, you're a very special person, and I'm very fond of you.
Thank you. Come in.
Hello. Hello, Rick. Monica, what a pleasant surprise.
Well, you left a message that you were here.
Yes, well, I was just showing Lesley the setup for the christening.
Oh, well, that's become a passion with Alan.
I can understand that.
I'm only sorry Lesley isn't going to be able to make it.
Oh, you won't be able to be there?
No, I'm going on vacation.
I'm sorry, we'll miss you.
Thank you.
Listen, I've spoken to the caterer and to the florist. Would you like to come down to the office? I'll tell you how we've worked things out.
That's fine, that's fine. Would you excuse us?
So long, you two.
Sure. See you around.
You're being very silent today.
You're going away.
Yeah, I figure I better try and understand what it is I want out of life. Isn't that what you said when you ran away?
You running away?
Maybe I am, yes.
You running from me?
I think I'm running from having to watch you being a godfather to your own son at the christening.
Laura know you're going?
No, I only decided this morning after I had left there. I stopped at their apartment and I watched her with Scotty, and I realized that they have their own life and they can be there to help each other.
What about Amy?
Oh, Amy doesn't need me. Amy doesn't even know I'm around half the time. She's so involved with her nursing classes, and Mrs. Grant's going to stay while I'm gone.
You're not feeling sorry for yourself, are you?
I'm trying to face facts right now, Rick, and realize that this is a very good time for me to go away because nobody needs me right now. Or wants me. That can be a very lonely feeling.
Excuse me, lady. Seat taken?
Yeah, it's reserved for someone very special.
Oh.
The man that I love.
Oh?
Come on, sit down.
What you got there?
A crocus. One of the first flowers of spring.
Is it that time already?
It will be soon. But these little flowers are so determined that they even pop up right through the snow.
Ah, life is pretty terrific, isn't it?
It sure is.
I feel like I'm gonna live forever.
You know, so do I. Will you still love me when I'm old and gray?
Are you kidding? Of course I will. You'll always be beautiful, though. I mean, just like you look right now. The sun coming down on your hair like that. You're beautiful.
Did I tell you today that I love you?
Yeah, a dozen times. Tell me 100 times if you want.